Okay, so this is where we ended last time. Let's continue. We'll have to add another panel here, right? Which will be the results panel, as we see on our interface here. The result panel. So for that, I'll need to know the distance from that separates them. What is that distance there? Come on. The distance from here to here. Okay, it's 5. So I have a distance of 5. They are identical widgets separated by a distance of 5. Okay. So share Control C, Control V. I will have. So you remember, as I'm going ahead, I am saying I am giving the role of every single widget we are creating. Okay, so if you are afraid you might forget as we go along, you can still comment each and every step. Okay, so the best way you learn here is simply by retyping everything that we are doing and making sure that you understand every single step. Go to the MATLAB help, look for how these different functions are used in different cases, then you will grow a lot. Okay, so yes, so the space between them is 5. Okay, so I'll need to do 5 plus 120. Okay, that will give me the beginning of the next, plus 5. Okay, that will give me 130 as the beginning of the next. Okay, that's excellent. So that's position calculus, right? The color of this next tab here should not be the same as this one. Okay, so we'll have to make it to be different. I'm not very good at colors. I think we'll make it cyan, magenta, cyan. Let's try magenta for now. Okay, why not? Let's try it for now, okay? Or you can change it if you are a color designer. Okay, now we are through with the two tabs. We can actually launch now the different push buttons, right? So you have here PB1, text1, and all the like, and what they actually represent here. So we will see that these push buttons, where are they found? They are found in panel 2. Okay, so it will be easier for us to make panel 2 their parent, and from there we can actually measure what? We can actually measure the respective positions. Okay, so let me already try to do that. So I'll have 20 as the X distance, as you are seeing. I'll have 10 as the Y distance. Okay, 20 and 10 as the X and Y distances. Okay. What will be the width of this particular text? It will be 80. So obviously the 82 will be the width of the first push button. Okay. What will be the height of this particular text? I'll have 20. Okay. And what is the height of the push button? I will have 80. Okay. So we can go. And remember push button 1, what is it? Okay, it is element drawing. It is element drawing. So we'll just call it element. Okay. So there is something that we have to take into consideration here. This application is meant for columns, slabs, and beams. So it is for 3 different cases, right? So what we'll do here is that we'll actually create a variable. Okay, that will be meant to be an entry variable that I'll call case. Notice I'm starting my case with a capital C because there is already a keyword case in MATLAB that is not to be touched. And since MATLAB is case sensitive, I can actually use case with capital C. So I will say case here, beam, right? But we can have a series of 3 cases. We can have beam, we can have columns, we can have slabs. And the drawing of the element will depend on which element we are talking about, right? So actually here, I will use a particular switch condition, okay? And I'll create my element according to the respective cases. Should in case I have a beam, it should create the element in a certain way. Should in case I have a column, it should create the element in a certain way or draw the element in a certain way. And should in case I have a slab, it should draw the element in another way. Okay, so when it's beam, what do I have? I think I will just copy. No, it's not necessary. So I'll start by the text first, and the text will be what? The text will be text element. Let's call it like that. Text element, which should be UI control. UI control. The style for static text will be text. Okay. Sorry, apostrophe forgotten. Will be text, right? The string. What would the string be here? The string, I would like the string to be the element itself. Okay. Well, it will have been wiser if we actually placed all of these the way we want it to be. So I will put here beam. I will put here column. Okay, I will put here column. Oh, why do I even do that? I can just vary all of this according to the particular callback. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just, let's take out this. Okay, and then all of these, let's move out. Let's just create the text. Okay, so it means that here I'll call this case beam, and this beam is what I want to see displayed on the particular label, because this text element serves as labeled, okay, to the main to the push button. So I'll have style here text, and then I'll use case here as my string, so that when the case here will be beam, it will just be beam here. When the case here is column, it will just be column here. When the case here is slab, it will just be slab here. Okay, you get it, I hope. So you have the style, the text, the string to be case, and we have the last thing. I think it's the last thing. No, it's not the last thing. The position that we have just seen to be 20 following X, to be 10 following Y, to be of breadth 80, and to be 20 of height. Okay, so that would be that. And what again? PB, I'll use PB to speak of the type push button element. PB element will be equal to UI control. And for this particular UI control, I don't need to indicate the style, okay, because by default the style of UI control is a push button. Okay, so here I'll just need to measure the position. Which will be again 20 following the X, but following the Y, it will have to be, it's directly on top of the text. Okay, so it has to be 10 plus 20, which will give me 30, and it is an 80 by 80 push button, right? Okay, so let's run that to see what it gives. Ooh, where is it landing? You see what we've forgotten? We've forgotten to actually put the secondary panel as the parent. Okay, at least that helps you to see something, right? So pan sec here is supposed to be the parent. Okay, so again, let's run that. Oh, for both of them. Come on. For both of them. Okay. Let's run that. Okay, so that's what we have. Okay. So the beam there, I think I'll increase the font size so that we can have a better appreciation. Let me put it to 12 font size. Font size. I will put it 12. Let's see. Has it changed anything? No, I placed it on the wrong item. Okay. Good. Okay, I think it's better this way. I think it will be better again that we should change the color of the background color of our text to correspond to the background color of the secondary, so that we can have this square taken out of the way for beauty purposes. Okay, so again, I'll use this background color get pansec background color, so that whenever I change the background color of my panel, if it happens that I change it, every other thing should follow normally. Okay, let's try that. Good. So I just have beam there with my push button. Okay, so we'll call it a day, and we'll continue from there in the next video. Thank you very much.